Resource stocks were at the top of the results leaderboard thanks to strong commodity prices. Alumina, Fortescue Metals and Santos all reported huge profit jumps. Brokers downgraded the outlook for AMP after an 11% profit slide. Brambles' result was higher but missed expectations. And Leighton Holdings' interim profit was up, share price down amidst a cloud of bribery allegations. On the retail front, the Westfield result impressed the market. Shares in JB Hi-Fi tumbled and there were no surprises out of the Wesfarmers result.
I suppose the more important thing is what are the companies saying about their outlook when they announce their profits?
This is the thing. Look, the press often focuses on the number that's reported, and like the last unemployment bits of data, I mean, that is the immediate past. Look, I think sadly the outlooks thus far have been pretty average. All the banks have said tough conditions. The retailers are crying poor. Even the big material stocks, BHP, Rio, etc., are saying that maybe commodity prices are going to fall. So I'm afraid for Australia and Australian companies, the outlook is perhaps not as good as what the immediate past was.
Do you think some of them, I get the sense some of them are only just starting to dawn on them, this currency may hang at these levels for a long time?
Well, that's a good point. I speak to people who do the forecasting and they say, oh, well, the currency's, X number of sigma above the average, as though all we have to do is wait. And the union movement's been saying the same thing. We just need some help now until the currency goes back to 75 cents. What if, parity is the new norm for the Australian currency?
Well, and you've got quite a lot of central banks now that are just buying the Australian dollar because it is the safe place to be, and that class of investors haven't ever been as well represented, as investors in the Australian dollar.
You can't see that situation ending soon. I mean, the Europe is going to continue to be unsafe. Japan and so on, so Australia's going to be AAA for a while. Well,
the Reserve Bank could have done something about it during the week. They could have cut interest rates. That would have knocked a couple of cents off the currency, and they did the opposite. They left them on hold. So, the Reserve Bank has the power to move the currency a bit, and maybe only for a short amount of time, but essentially Guy Debelle's outlook presumably is that things are actually looking pretty good, so we'll have to wait and see.
So what's your house view on the currency and also the profits we've been seeing?
Well, I think the currency comes off a little bit just because commodity prices come off. We do have a slowing world. I mean, Europe's in recession, US is going to slow. Even China, the debate amongst investors is hard landing or soft landing. Under either scenario, it lands to a certain extent, and that'll take off commodity prices, the currency will come off. But the bigger picture point for me is it's not going back to 65 cents anytime soon. And we've had 20 years without a downturn. There's every corporate in Australia's got some fat. And I think what we're starting to see now is this realisation, let's look at cost out. And we're getting this salami slicing in the private sector, which I think will get worse this year. And the Reserve Bank will have to respond at some stage with rate cuts.
I mean, John Maynard Keynes said this generations ago. He said, it's fine for individual businesses to cut costs, but the problem is if they all start doing it at the same time, unemployment goes up, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's not good. I mean, that means maybe not recession, but a slowdown in Australia.